Leafs have won back-to-back games in one of the biggest games of the year, if not the biggest game of the season, as they head to Sunrise, Florida, where they haven't won. I think it's still called the BB&T Center, where they haven't won in 6 tries. They're 0-6 in their last 6 down there, and they go in there, come back from a 3-1 deficit, and win 4-3 plus the empty netter. You guys can take it for what it is. What a game it was. I mean, it was all over the place, this game, from start to finish. Every period was like really different in their own way, right? Let's get through it, right? First period, it was a 3-3 game after one period. The Leafs, it was a 9-9 in shots, or tie game there, okay? Second period, Leafs dominate, but no one scores. Third period, they dominate, but the Leafs score. It was all over the place. Let's break this thing down right from the beginning. And Mark Pysyk, we're going to start right there with him. Last time the Leafs saw Mark Pysyk, he scored a hat trick playing as a defenseman and emergency forward. He scored a hat trick at Scotiabank Arena. He hits the first goal here. He has maybe 9 goals all year. 9 goals all year. He's got 4 against the Leafs. And the problem is now, the Leafs gave up the first goal of the game. They're down 1-0, less than 5 minutes in, and it was on the first shot of the game. That's not what you want to see. But what you do like to see is the response by the Leafs. Nice little passing play up high from D to D to Justin Hall, and then down low to Matthews, who fires it to the center of the net. Zach Hyman's there to get the loose rebound and scrum away as he's used to doing, and he gets the loose puck and buries it 5-hole on Sergei Bobrovsky, and the Leafs have tied the game at 1. That's what you like to see. Get back into it. Now let's keep this train rolling now. Well, they don't. That's the problem. 2-on-1. Frankie Vetrano fires it on. Low shot. Kicks it out for the rebound for Frederik Andersen. Right to the tape of Mike Hoffman. He's got a wide open net and he doesn't miss, obviously, as he scores his 26th goal of the year. And the Leafs trail yet again. It's 2-1. 5 minutes after that, harmless shot on net. Frederik Andersen. Oh my goodness. Frederik Andersen lets in a really rough one. It was a nice play shot off the post and out on the far side, but Freddie wants that back. Now the Leafs trail 3-1. Frederik Andersen has given up 3 goals on 6 shots to this point. What did we talk about in the last video? We talked about, obviously, effort and all that same stuff we've been talking about for weeks. Frederik Andersen needs to be big now with the D-core as young and inexperienced and overall not very good as it is. And the forwards, they need to be extra good at getting the puck out of their zone and keeping the offensive flow in their end. Well, none of that was happening early in this game. And you're down 3-1, only 12 minutes in. Your goalie ain't playing well. You've already given up 3 goals. You only have the 1, and usually when the Leafs go down 1 or 2 goals, they usually kind of cave in at that point. But things change. And for the Leafs, they get a power play, and right after the power play expires, Jason Spezza at the half boards, cross-seam pass to Kasperi Kapanen. I don't know what happened to Bobrovsky here, whether he, baits on maybe like a double clutch from Kapanen, or just, Zach Hyman's stick and screening him in front. I don't really know what happened there. But Kapanen just rips it on net. It was more or less along the ice, and it beats Bobrovsky. The Leafs have now taken gotten back into the game. It's now a 3-2 hockey game. And it's a 1-goal game. And there's already 5 goals in the first period. This game is far from over. Was it just over a minute after that? I mean, things aren't crazy enough. Austin Matthews, 4 checks hard, finishes his check, knocks his guy down, gets the loose puck, centers it to Mitch Marner. A nice little through-the-legs play from Mitch Marner, fires it on the net. Zach Hyman gets the rebound, but he kind of pokes it through to Austin Matthews, who's got a wide-open net, and just like Mike Hoffman didn't, Austin Matthews ain't missing that shot as he buries it. Tons of emotion in that goal from him and that line. And the Leafs have come back to tie it at 3. Heading into the first intermission, shots are 9-9 apiece. 3-3 in goals. The Leafs come back and score 2 goals in less than 2 minutes, or just over a minute. And yeah, Florida's not a great defensive team. Neither are the Leafs. So you had a feeling this game was going to be all over the place. And it was going to be like a 7-6 game or an 8-7 game or a 6-5 game. That's what we've all felt coming into this game. And after the first period, we're all like, yep, this is exactly what we thought. But then something happened in the second period. Something that Leaf fans weren't expecting. And anybody who says they were expecting is damn well lying to you. Because in that second period, not only did the Leafs dominate 14-4 in shots, hey, you heard that right. The Leafs only allowed 4 shots on net in the second period. So after Frederik Andersen just played a horrendous first period, looked all over the place, even after he gave up the 3 goals, he still looked really shaky and floppy and all over the place in that first period. And for the Leafs to go out there in the second period and not only have the puck in the offensive zone a lot of the time, when the puck did come down to their end, all the shots that they had, all 4 of them, they were nothing shots. And the Leafs D did a really good job, a lot of one-and-dones, get the puck out, get it moving the other way. They did an incredible job in that second period, limiting the Florida Panthers to basically nothing. And having Frederik Andersen kind of ease back into this and make all 4 saves and get into the groove because you needed him for the third. No goals were scored on that 14-4 shots net for the Leafs. No one scored because shots on goal are a meaningless stat. But when it's that sizable, you kind of see which team played the better hockey game. And in the third period, Florida put a lot of pressure on the Leafs. They had 14 shots of their own, but Frederik Andersen regathered himself in that second period into the third, made all 14 saves, and 9 minutes into the third period, a point shot from Martin flippin' Marincin of all people. And it's a loose puck in front. Kyle Clifford finds it. I'm like, oh, Kyle Clifford, please bury this. Big save from Sergei Bobrovsky, but the puck comes loose to the side of the net to William Nylander, who spins, fires, scores, and the Leafs now are in front 4-3. They score 3 unanswered goals, come back from a 3-1 deficit, dominate the second period, and take the lead 4-3 in the third with 11 minutes to play. Now you just gotta hang on for dear life and secure the 2 points in regulation. And man, did it get shaky there with that empty netter, and then Justin Hall just kind of swats at it. I mean, I'm sitting there watching TV, I'm like, just ice it. Just ice the puck at this point. Get a whistle. Get a little bit of a breather. And he ideally he did that. The only difference between the icing and what he did is his puck went in the net. The empty netter for Justin Hall, his second goal of the year with 21 seconds left, and the Leafs win it 5-3 over the Florida Panthers in regulation and have won 2 straight hockey games, have won 3 of their last 4 games. As much as that debacle against Carolina did happen, you keep forgetting the Leafs won 3 of their last 4. They beat Pittsburgh, Tampa, and Florida. Some pretty good teams that the Leafs have been awful against all year. Yeah, they beat them 3 times. It's a very interesting one. And not only did you just beat Florida, you now have a 4-point advantage over the Florida Panthers, and they only have 1 game in hand. Tonight's game was massive. You lose in regulation, you're out of a playoff spot, and they have a game in hand. You win in regulation like they did, you have 4 points up. It was a massive game for the Leafs, arguably the most important game of the year, and they went out there tonight and they got the job done. You could argue, oh, they didn't play well at this time of the game. They didn't really close the game very well. They don't ask you how you did it. They ask, did you get it done? No one asks how the Raptors won a championship. If they did, we say, who cares? The Leafs beat Tampa in their last game. We don't ask how. They did it. They got 2 points. And the Leafs overall, I thought, played a very good game today, despite not having Morgan Riley and Jake Muzzin. You can throw Cody Ceci in there if you want. An incredible hockey game today, and the Leafs just got to keep this train rolling. I don't know how they're going to do it. And I love, We talk about the heart and the effort and whatnot in this game. And Kasperi Kapanen has played a ridiculously good last few games for this team. Dating back to probably that Pittsburgh game where we won 4-0. I mean, dating back to that game in Carolina, everyone sucked. Ideally, the last 3 wins. Kasperi Kapanen has been a focal point for a few different reasons. Travis Irma gets hit from behind. It's a blatantly obvious penalty. Obviously, it doesn't get seen, of course, because it's... I don't really know how you missed that. It's a hit from behind, right in the numbers, goes face first into the boards. I'm not sure how you don't see that. And Kapanen, the Leafs after that go crush 2 guys. And then Kasperi Kapanen starts talking up, I think it was Uyghur, if I'm not mistaken. Look, Kapanen gets his butt whipped by Uyghur. I mean, it just, with a size advantage, it's just Kapanen's not really a fighter. But he stepped in there, knowing what happened, and it's like, all right, enough of this. And he drops the gloves, maybe got a shot or 2 in there, but made them know, hey, you can't be doing that. And I love it. And I absolutely love it, because when Kasperi Kapanen is playing angry and into the game, the guy's almost unstoppable. Not only did he score a goal today, would have loved to him. Wait, did he have an assist in the game? Nah, he didn't. Well, look at that Gordie Howe hat trick we're looking for there for Kasperi Kapanen. But again, the Leafs played with effort. They played with fun. How did Matthews get his goal today? A hard forecheck leading to a pretty solid check. Turnover. Leafs get the puck and their skill takes over. How did they score? Which one was this? The Kapanen goal. It was, I don't know who it was down low, grinding for the puck. It might have actually been Zach Hyman. It could be wrong. And Kerfoot ends up getting the loose puck, outwins the battle, and then gets to Spezza, gets to Kapanen, and it's bang, in the back of the net. You see what happens when you forecheck, force the other team to make a mistake? You usually capitalize on them because your skill is so damn good. You know, you look at a lot of these goals, the Leafs just dominate. And I got to say, I was really impressed. The Florida Panthers had an opportunity to get the puck out in that third period. They don't. It's kept alive by Nylander and Marincin at the point. The puck goes on. Scramble in front. Nylander gets a loose puck. Bang, in the back of the net. You make them pay for their mistakes, as a lot of NHL teams have done to the Leafs this year. Your team will go a long way. Now, obviously, Leaf fans, it's only 2 games, and there's still, 17 or 18 more to go for the Leafs. Still lots of hockey to play. But with this win tonight, I think we can all just kind of sit back and breathe a little bit. A little bit. Not a lot, because you're only 4 points up and you lose 1, and they win 1, and you're right back where you started again. But you won today. Enjoy it. All right? Frederik Andersen's stat line wasn't pretty. But we all know what actually happened in this game. So we don't even need to say that he played a bad game, because we're not even going to talk about that, because he didn't. He played a great second and third period. Ideally, there was a lot of help from the Leafs defense in that second period, but he stopped all 18 shots the rest of the way. And it was great. And held on when this team needed him to be. You know? Let's get to the points here real quick. Zach Hyman with a 2-point night. He was a +3 in this one. Zach Hyman has had a year. He now has 36 points in 46 games. Zach Hyman putting a year together. Goal number 20 on the year for Zach. Good job for him. Austin Matthews with a 2-point night. Goal number 44 on the year, and point number 76 for Austin Matthews in 65 games. What a job by him. And Justin Hall with a 2-point night. And I mean, I got to say, as much as the injuries are hurting this team, Justin Hall is sliding in there and doing an admirable job. As much as there's times where I kind of question what he's doing out there, overall, I think he's doing okay. Had a goal, obviously the empty netter, and the assist in this one, as well as a +2 for him. Kapanen with the goal, Nylander with the goal, Marner with the assist. It was a +3. Spezza, Marincin, Kyle Clifford, and Alex Kerfoot round out all the guys who had assists in this game. Now, I love the win, but now we got to move on to the next one. As Vancouver comes to town, we talked about that stretch of having 5 games against really good hockey teams. Well, this is the final one, because then you head out on the West Coast trip where all 3 teams are under 500 and out of the playoffs. Vancouver comes to town on Saturday night. It's a 7 o'clock puck drop there. Vancouver does not play the day before, so there's no back-to-back nonsense. It's a 7 o'clock puck drop at Scotiabank Arena. I'll actually be at that game, so that video will be uploaded later on that night for you guys. Thatcher Demko and Frederik Andersen are the expected goaltenders in that game. Obviously, no Jacob Markstrom. He is injured for the Vancouver Canucks. And I think Brock Besser's still injured for the Vancouver Canucks too. Yeah, he is. Ferland and Josh Levo. Those guys are all injured, and obviously the Leafs injury list, we all know what that thing looks like. So, look, I wouldn't say it's a huge game on Saturday because you're facing a Western Conference team. It doesn't really mean a lot in that sense. But if you're the Leafs and the Vancouver Canucks, yeah, they've won 2 straight games, but they're getting their butt whooped right now by Ottawa 5-2. They're not playing the greatest hockey right now. They're kind of hovering. The Leafs are feeling real good about themselves. You welcome them in, and you make them pay. They're on a road trip right now. So they're playing some pretty good teams. Obviously, they beat Montreal in overtime on Tuesday, and now they're getting their butt creamed by the Ottawa Senators. Now they come to Toronto. You got to do a job. All right, I'll be out that game, so I'm just hoping and praying that they get a win because, please, I want to see a win this year. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed this game this evening, because it was great, smash the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, everything, guys. Let me know in the comments below what your guys thought was about the Leafs play, the game. Who is your MVP in this game today? I'm going to say Zach Hyman. He worked, man. He was working from start to finish. He's my MVP today in this one. And, guys, comment down below everything you want to talk about when it comes to this Toronto Maple Leafs squad. Obviously, they've won 3 of 4. Do you look anything into it, or you just kind of take it game by game? And that's kind of the way I'm looking at it, game by game, because we're not there yet. We got to take it one step at a time, and they're doing a good job. They've won 2 straight against some really good teams, and 3 of 4 against some really good teams. So you're welcome in Vancouver on Saturday. All right, Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, you guys do all that great stuff. Also, the Patreon link is down below, so if you are interested in signing up for that, the link is down below. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow as the Raptors welcome in the Charlotte Hornets to town. 7:30 tip-off there, looking to get back into the win column after that tough loss against the Milwaukee Bucks there. It wasn't yesterday, was it? It was on Tuesday as they lost to Milwaukee by 11, 108-97. You welcome in Charlotte, 7:30 tip-off there at Scotiabank Arena. And as for our Leafs, as we talked about, their next contest is on Saturday Night Hockey Night in Canada as they welcome in the Vancouver Canucks to town. Thatcher Demko, Frederik Andersen are the expected goaltenders in that game on Saturday night. 7 o'clock puck drop. The Leafs looking for win number 3 in a row. Oh, that would be sweet. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys know the video. Talk to you guys then.